So after working on that Book of Life script for a year, doing all the character designs, doing 9 paintings with a production designer and art director, Paul Sullivan and Timon Varela, my wife, Sandra, designs all the girls. We write the script. I killed myself on this thing. They asked me, who would be your dream producer? Oh, Guillermo del Toro, you know, for any Mexican, especially a fat Mexican like me, he is my God, right? I worship Guillermo. So I'm like, Guillermo would be the most fantastic producer in the universe. We try to get to him through his manager, through his lawyer, through his literally everybody. And he keeps saying, no, no, no. One of our producers had worked with him on Mimic, somehow got us a meeting, and he didn't show up. Then we get another meeting, and then he shows up, and when we're there, he gets in his car and drives off. And this happened 15 times. He basically left me. It's like a date where the other person doesn't show up or shows up, sees you, and runs away. That's what they felt like. So 15 rejections. And you know, we're friends now, so I can tell these stories. I freaking idolize Guillermo. So after 15 meetings, they're like, Jorge, we got to move on. We got to go. We got to get another producer because this movie's stalling. So finally, Guillermo said, all right, bring him to my house and I will say no to his face so he stops bothering me. So we drive to his house. Back then he had 2 mansions, well, 2 houses, one where he lived with his daughters and one where he has his amazing collection of art and animation, memorabilia, all the movie props from lots of movies, all his amazing props from his movies. I think in the Kronos Blu-ray, you can see Bleak House and you get a tour of it. It's incredible. And all those Guillermo del Toro exhibits going around the world, that's like 30% of his house.
Yeah. I went to LACMA when they had his exhibit. It's like, this is just a bunch of stuff from his house. And it's just like, old movie props and amazing stuff. Yeah.
It's just stunning. So we go over there. It's August. It's super hot. All right. So over 100 degrees. The door open. We drive past his house. And the only reason I knew it was his house is because he had a Hellboy toy in his car. So we're like, that's the house. So we go in there, knock on the door, and I'm used to the Guillermo from Comic-Con and presentations and audio commentaries, just like joyous Mexican Santa Claus. That is not the Guillermo I met that evening. So I go in there, and he did not look very happy. He was kind of like judging me because he gets a lot of stuff pitched, right? And so he can't be that open. He has to be very guarded, and it's for his own good. So we go in there. They had told me you have 30 minutes to pitch to him. So we had maquettes of the characters. We had 9 paintings. The script. We had everything ready.
Were you sweating bullets?
Oh my God! It's like for me, it was like literally not only meeting my hero, but trying to convince my hero to go on an adventure with me. That's what it felt like.
Wow.
So I'm super nervous, and they said he's going to give you 30 minutes to pitch the movie. So I've been practicing for months this pitch. Like, I have this thing down. There's so much incredible art in his house that we make the horrible decision to pitch outside in the sun so that the maquettes and the sculptures aren't overshadowed by original Mary Blair's and or like original Harryhausen, like it's insane the stuff he has in there, right? So we go outside, we set everything up. He basically goes, all right, pitch. Pleasantries aside, I take the most important breath of my whole life, right? I basically summon my ancestors, give me the strength.
Yeah.
And just as the first words are going to come out of my mouth, he goes, Gordo, which is a affectionate term amongst chubby Mexicans. Gordo, you have 5 minutes. So I'm like, 5 minutes? Like, what happened to the 30? 5 minutes, Gordo.
Whoa.
That's my Guillermo impression. So I'm like, all right, I can do this. Ancestors, give me the strength. And I kid you not, as I take perhaps the most important breath of my whole entire life, my people betray me in the mansion next door. There's 3 gardeners with giant lawnmowers, and it was they were waiting, and they saw my mouth open, and they go, "Out of the way!" Yeah. And a wave of sound. It's hitting, right? So I look at Guillermo with beautiful eyes. And I go, "Yeah, no, wait till they finish." And he just deadpan, like straight, looks through my soul and just waits. And he goes, "Gordo, 4 minutes."
Oh, jeez.
So I jumped into the ring and I pitched my heart out for 4 minutes, right? Because I'm an animator, so I time these things. I pitched as hard as I could, yelling. Book of Life is a very tender movie, so imagine the yelled version of all the tender, fast forward version of the movie. He apologizes to a ball, and like I'm like spitting, I'm sweating, I'm drenched, I'm like about to fall into the pool, and people are holding me back. One of our producers like is watching this, and he was like, I can't, and he just left. Like it was a train. It was like a train wreck with a airplane wreck and a car wreck all up into one. So I finish, and I'm drenched, and he's laughing, but he is definitely not laughing at any of the jokes. He is laughing at what a disaster this was. So all the producers are like, just go in there and say goodbye and we'll clean up. I basically,
heartbreaking.
Literally, I pooped the bed. So we go inside of his house. I sit down and I tell him, "Guillermo, I'm so sorry I wasted your time. I'm looking for some hope, right? Before I leave, like, please give me some wisdom before I leave." And I go, "Guillermo, I'm so sorry I wasted your time. I know that wasn't, I know that wasn't such a good pitch." And he goes, "Not a good pitch, Gordo. That was the shittiest pitch I've ever seen, ever. And I've seen some shit." So I stand up and I'm like, "Well, thank you so much for your time. It was an honor to meet you. You are a huge influence on me." He didn't even let me finish. He goes, "Sit down." And I'm shaking, and he goes, "Gordo, I have 2 daughters. Every Saturday morning, we would watch El Tigre together. I know your cartoon. I know your sense of humor. I know how you think. And the most important thing is I can tell by that show how much you love our culture. Of course, I'm going to produce your movie." Right? So I'm shocked. I pee my pants, right? But I'm so sweaty that no one can tell, or I hope no one can tell. I stand up. He stands up. I hug him, right? Our liquids combined. I feel like his DNA rubbed all over me. We became one for a split second.
That hot man liquid.
He pushes me away, and he goes, "Gordo, this is important for all filmmakers, especially those who want to make their movies. Did you write the script?" And he said this: "If you didn't write the script, you're not a real director." So I'm like, no, I wrote the script. I wrote the script with, Doug Lyndale. So I run to my car. We'd gone to a wedding. I had the script there. At the wedding, they gave tequila bottles to the guests, right? Mexican wedding. The tequila bottle broke, and my script was drenched in tequila from the night before. So it was like used toilet paper. So I grab the script, and I'm running, and I'm blowing on it. And I run to, and it was like, like a knight giving a sword to the king, right? I'm like, "My liege." And he grabs the script with his, like, beautiful meaty hands. And he like looks at it and he smells it. And he goes, "Gordo, that's a good script." And that was it. He became the producer of Book of Life.
Wow.
And Book of Life changed my life.